Welcome to Wax Sports Reviews. In this video, we're looking at a set of Painter spikes, the Bodyline 124. Bodyline is the latest Painter series, which is a nod to all legendary cricketers, and each of their shoes are designed based off of the spikes worn by those cricketers. The one we're looking at here is the Bodyline 124, which draws inspiration from the legendary batter Don Bradman. So let me start talking to you about the features of this shoe. Starting off with the layout of this, you see there's a natural lift at the front, which is ideal for someone who likes to keep wickets or is a specialist batter, as it offers you supreme forefoot grip, and it also gives you a more angled approach here, which feels like runners, which means these shoes don't feel like you're wearing heavy, bulky spikes. You feel like you're wearing a set of shoes with a spike tread at the bottom. The midsole is a really responsive EVA midsole, which means you get a really good response to it. So when you run along, you don't feel too jaded after a day's worth of play. For the outsole, you get a 7+2 spike configuration, which means it's a really forefoot aggressive shoe, offering you the best in that region. So for a wicketkeeper or a batter who likes to use their feet quite a bit, this is quite ideal. There's a lot of additional rubber grits along the heel and the forefoot region to give you better traction. So sneaking in a cheeky single will never be too much of an issue for you. Another really cool thing about this is the attention to detail that Painter have gone through in making these shoes. So the spikes match the color of the outsole, which is all black, and have the Painter engraving on them, which is a nice little touch and makes you feel special, especially for a shoe like this. And it talks about their commitment to detail. You see the rubber from the outsole bleeding onto the toe over here to give you better Yorker protection, along with a really hard rubber bumper, which is 5 mils thick, to stop you from getting hit by Yorkers. To negate the hard feeling of this, on the inside, there's a 3mm soft foam padding so that it feels quite comfortable when you're running in them. There's a lot of stitching involved over here as well in these areas for better reinforcement, so that in your follow through when you run, these areas don't split. Talking about the heel, it's a really stiff TPU cage, which holds your heel in place really well, offering you better cushioning and support every time you hit the deck. The cut is a relatively lower cut, which allows you better agility. So if you field out in the deep or as a wicketkeeper, you have a lot of lateral movements. This allows you better mobility in that regard as well. The material used for the upper is a double ply mesh, on top of which there's a microfiber panel. Mesh tends to rip easily. That's why Painter have taken that into consideration and have reinforced it with all this microfiber. So it breathes quite well, keeps the shoe insanely lightweight. And these shoes are probably the lightest you can find on the market for something with that much support and protection on them. There's a really soft mesh line tongue over here for better fit, and all up, probably one of the better batter specialist shoes on the market. So if you're looking to grab one of these, you can walk into one of our stores or get it online.